What is up, everybody? It's I, the People's Machine, coming at you with another episode of the Gaming Roundtable. That's right, the Gaming Roundtable is back. It's been a minute, but I'm back with a little bit of Watch Dogs Legion, the newest game from Ubisoft, and this is an episode called Game Talk. I usually, when I do talk about some of the games, I don't review them. I don't really know what to call them. So this is going to be now, anytime you see me talk about a game, it's going to be called Game Talk. So you can check out People's Machine, Gaming Roundtable, subscribe to Unpaid Gamers, check out Post-Human Guys, Leisure, Play, ladies and gentlemen, of Watch Dogs Legions. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about this game, and I bought it the day before, and I'm just absolutely... positively, I love the game. I actually, up until recently, I actually still go back, and I, other than some other games coming out, I was still going back and playing the original Watch Dogs. I still love that game because of the, and I absolutely love Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 was amazing, and it was a criminally underplayed, underbought game. So if you didn't play the first Watch Dogs or Watch Dogs 2, that's fine. You should go back and get them. They're cheap. This game has a season pass coming, and actually it's been confirmed that Aiden Pierce from the first game and Marcus from the second game are going to be in it. So that's really cool. So Watch Dogs Legion, absolutely fantastic open world game. I absolutely love it. I have been digging it. Let's jump into this campaign, and I can show you a little bit about the game and what its systems and various things in place. Talk a little bit about what they do right, little few things they might do a little wrong, and I'm going to tell you right now, and this is going to go probably counter to what most people would want me to say. So we all know that the big dog in the house, so to speak, is always going to be Grand Theft Auto 5, especially this gen. You know, I love Grand Theft Auto 5. I put many hours into it. It's a lot of fun. It's great. It's fun. The driving's on point. The general chaos that you could do, it's just a blast to run around and do absolutely nothing. And the missions are great. The story was great. It's a great game by any stretch of the means. However, I've also said that there are other games that do a lot of things that I wish GTA do, and Watch Dogs Legion is no different, and neither was the other two. It seems to me, I like to judge my open world games based on the level of interactivity I can do within the confines of the NPCs, and the different things you could do as far as just side stuff, roaming around, exploring, and that kind of thing. GTA's world is really interesting. But none of the NPCs are on like a set path. They just kind of show up randomly and walk here and walk there, stand here, stand there. And the most you could do to them is essentially just kill them. Run them down outside of when you're online, or just fucking around in the open world, in the game world. And the thing about it is that while I love GTA for its utter chaos, other games like Sleeping Dogs, for example, did this. This game does this. The other two Watch Dogs. The stuff that you can do in the environment in the game, to me, is very important. And being able to have that level of interactivity with the NPCs and different things is great. Red Dead 2, I love the fact in Red Dead 2 you could walk up, you had a menu, you could tip your hat to somebody, insult them. The melee fighting was great. This game has a really good melee visceral kind of feel. Different characters, NPCs that you recruit in the game all have different fighting styles. It's really interesting. So let me talk a little bit about this. Here's the deal. So when Ubisoft said you can like absolutely 100% recruit anybody, you can. So let's go a little bit in the menu. I'll show you who I've got on my team. These are all the people I have thus far. I've had this construction worker, and she's got several different skills here. I've got a paramedic. What's cool about him, he does play the banjo. You can get him to play that, and if you're around a crowd of people, they'll give you money. It's interesting. But he also, like, when he does his melee finishers, he uses the defibrillator and, like, hits them in the head, or it's actually hilarious. This is, like, my bare-knuckle guy that I won, and he's great for fights. I usually switch to him when I'm doing the bare-knuckle fighting. I got a magician. and she uses the pocket watch, and you can make enemies like attack their friends and stuff. I've just got this spy. She's got a silence weapon, a spy watch, and jamming weapon. Her car shoots missiles and cloaks. It's great. And I just got my professional hitman, which in no way, shape, or form is trying to be John Wick. But I found this guy. He's got gun kata with instant gun takedowns. He does these really cool things with the guns. He's got a Desert Eagle and a G36, a combat role. Your normal character doesn't have that. And he's got doomed or spontaneous death. So sometimes it's a crapshoot. He'll get shot and just die. It's like movie-like, but it's interesting. What's interesting about the and you can see their bios. It tells you who they are. I've injured and hospitalized. If you kill somebody, it tells you that. It tells you a little bit about like who they are as people, and some of them are actually pretty funny. He was diagnosed with liver cancer. She sent fan mail to Sky Larson, and some of them are just kind of silly. My first character I recruited pays subscription fees to multiple pornography sites. I mean, it's just great. It gives you more insight. Another thing I like is when you deep profile positive recruits, like this guy here is a getaway driver. When you see this thing that says schedule, they do have a schedule. If you follow this guy, it says he's sleeping, he gets up around 9, he's partying with Just a friend, gambling with Isabel Wong's sister, working in Southwark. If you follow him, you'll see him do every one of these things. Every NPC has a routine. It's very, very impressive. In order to get him, I have to either do the mission. Now, people who dislike you, because I accidentally attacked her with my character, so now she was pissed at us, but I can, and she retired from DedSec, so I retired her. I can actually bring her back. If I deep profile her, she's a hacker, I got to do this investigation here. So anybody that dislikes you, dislikes DedSec, you can do that. What up, Mr. John Martin, Posthuman guy? Love these details too. He says, one thing worth mentioning is my team looks entirely different. You're right, because everyone can recruit different people. From my John Wick character to your magician, my recruit. And there's something I want you to tell everyone is that once you recruit somebody where it says a suspect and a doctor, they're under associates, you can run into them. And they're kind of already on your side. You can do missions for them and get them all together. You can run into your boyfriends, husbands, wives. And another that's really cool, if you do use a character that has, like the DedSec members don't have actual weapons that kill. But my hitman, my spy, if you kill somebody in the NPC in the game, they're gone. They're dead. They do not come back. They're gone. So that's really neat. Now, I'm not playing with the permadeath option on because I'd hate to lose some of these guys, and I might do a run through it at some point. So your team is really, really cool, and I just love it. So I'm running around. Plus, there's 1,001 clothing stores. There's so many clothing options. This is my character, who I recruited first. She was just some worker that scrubs stuff off of the walls of graffiti, and then I kind of dressed her in this, and she's been my go-to character. And I love the fact you can control these cars, so you can make them go forward because there's an auto drive system, so you can cause wrecks and have fun with that, mess with the police. London is very realized. You still have like the parkouring stuff, holding down the run button and triangle. I like the hitman because I actually do combat roles. I love that. You can just randomly just beat the hell out of people. It's great. Like this. You know, here's this drone over here, and I can disable it if I want it to go away. Go over here and just kill it. So, yep, you're done. And I love that. Everything about the game. You can hijack cargo drones and ride on them. They're really big drones. There's a lot of that hacking elements. Now, one of the things that I will say about this game, and I love this. I really hope the next GTA has a lot more NPC interactivity. So let me show you how this works. So it shows that he randomly gambles ETO, which is your in-game money. And you really don't want to get these guys because he'll earn more, but he'll gamble it. So a lot of times you don't get whatever. That was a copper right there. I'm just going to see if I can mess with them. I can show you a little bit of the combat. Let's go over here. Let's see what we got here. Go ahead and get that car out of the way, which is, boom, make it wreck and stuff. So you can walk over here to this guy, This is paint job discount, and I just realized you can have your cars painted. So she saved the recruits, and what you do is you go into your team. This is a new recruit. She dislikes DedSec, but if you deep profile her, you can do one of these missions, and she will be on your side. So if I hit investigate, you hit view on map, put a waypoint, tells you. I mean, real simple, same waypoint system that's in the other games. I do kind of miss in the first game, even though you do run across some ATMs and stuff in here, and you find money caches. I do kind of miss Aiden's ability just to drain people's bank accounts. I love that, and I really enjoy that. And I do kind of miss the fact that in the first game how you had the street lights and you could make people wreck and stuff. But that's why they have this new like control the car system thing, so you can just mess with people. And they did shorten the times on the ability to like use your phone hacks and stuff, which is great. I'm gonna get into a car here as soon as I can. And I'm still in the early of the game. I got past most of the beginning missions, and now I can just kind of jump in, you know, and the game again, it's just awesome. Like, it's so fun. It's like I've been playing it pretty much consistently, constantly since I bought it. It's just an enjoyable open world. It's definitely like totally worth your time. I've been a fan of Watch Dogs, even the first one that kind of got critically panned, but I absolutely love the game because of all the interesting things that was in the game. It's much deeper than people give it credit for. Watch Dogs 2 just didn't sell well. It wasn't marketed heavily, and I don't know why. That game was just a joy to play and really, really fun. Outside of a couple missions that were a little hit or miss, but other than that, it was great. And this new one, I love this recruiting system. I love the fact that you can recruit anybody. You can actually dismiss them if you just don't want them on your team. You want to make room for some other people. So let's stop here. I'm going to show you a little bit about how this works. So I got to go in here and try to get into this place here. Hey, what's up, fool? What do you want? All right, that guy saw me out there. So I'm going to have to try to get in here.
You can free a prisoner from here. Our prospect would appreciate it.
I got this cloak ability. So let's do this takedown here. Oh, German suplex. Now, other people might have different takedowns, like the spy or the hitman. It's very, very different. Here's this drone here. I'm going to see about... See, that's got a key, so I got to figure out where the... I guess I go into... No, that's locked too. So we're going to run over here. Oh, I need that. So, that's for monies and stuff. Let's see. Since that needs a key, that means somebody's got a key. This guy over here does. Let's see if I can... He's out of range for me to download it. But some people have that you recruit has a higher download range, which is neat. So I don't know. Let's go up top here. Let me climb up this thing before this drone pretty much kills me. I gotta get into some cover. Okay, it's downloading the key now because I'm closer. But I might have to kill this drone with my... Even though it's a non-lethal weapon, it does do damage. So we can do that. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be dead if I take cover. They all came after me. That was not good. Took him down. Okay, so we're back up to where we are. Alright. You don't always have to go in guns blazing. You can stealth your way through the game if you really want to stealth your way. Drop kick her. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, different characters have different melee. Some are martial artists. Some I even have my hitman. My spy can do like choke outs and triangle drop holds and all this really neat stuff to do more. It's just really great. So here's where I gotta do this. I gotta erase this guy's record. All the missions, there's a lot of different missions, and like there's not an infinite amount, obviously, but they're all interesting and dynamic in their own way. And it's just really a lot of fun. So now that I've got that, I can talk to her, and then she recruits, and then I'm able to play as... Literally, you can play as absolutely any NPC in the game. You see me there, take him down. Didn't even see me come in there. It's great. Let's see here. That should be about it. Climb down this hole here, slide on down, drop, and then get on out of here. Let's do this real quick. Close that. There we go. And you see that? Where it said sister of Lloyd Wong, the guy I'm trying to recruit, that's his sister. And it's neat. Every NPC has some kind of connection and this and that to whomever. So now I got to get back and talk to Susie. Let's go ahead and hit the map. It's excellent, just absolutely fantastic. So it's really far away, but I can fast travel there real quick and get there faster. You unlock fast travel fairly soon in the game when you first start playing it, so it's really important to get that. It makes things easier. And like John, my buddy John here on Unpaid Gamers said, Season Pass comes with the first Watch Dogs Complete Edition, so you get a free game for those, and like he said, for those who haven't played the series. So it's a good starting off point. Watch Dogs 1 is still really good and totally worth your time. So let's do this and hightail it over here real quick. This guy is trying to attack this. You can stop this guy. I actually didn't mean to hit him, but I can at least show you the combat a little bit. You got these cool counters when if they try to hit you. See if I can do it. See, like that. Boom. Boom. Take him out. Turn around. Throwing my cloaking device. It's an early thing you get. It's totally saved my ass many times. Yeah, Watch Dogs is excellent. Watch Dogs Legion is just, I find myself, it's just a lot of fun and totally worth. Oh man, this guy. You're done. This guy's gonna try to fight again. He's got martial arts. Gotta do this. Break his. Oh, they're all attacking me. Yeah. It's not like, it might look like a little bit like the Batman Arkham series is, you know, fighting, but it's not. But it does have very cool counters and blocks and that kind of thing. So I gotta get out of this guy's sight. There's too many of them after me at this point. So once I get my cloak, we'll be good. I get far enough away, I'll be safe. So cloak gets you out of their line of sight. So hopefully I can get. See, now I'm far enough away, so the meter will go down. I've had it up to 3 triangles, and it ain't much fun. They just dog on you. So I'm gonna wait for them to go away and hide down here for a second. Let's see here. All right. Okay. So no. So there isn't a whole lot that I can completely 100% complain about with the game, because I like all the aspects of it. I think the only thing is I kind of wish, now I gotta wait till whatever, but you can do that because that's part of the routine. She's not here where she's supposed to be because she's on a routine, but once you get to that routine, then you can say, okay, well, I'm gonna talk to her, and she's coming out of this place here. There's the icon for talking, but I gotta wait for her to walk out of the door there. So yeah, and follows her routine minute by minute, which is really neat. Like I said, there's certain things. Let's see. I think I've already talked to her. See what's going on there. Helping people out.
I can tell you're a fighter. You ready to fight for the people?
You're dead tech. Oh, this is perfect. You're exactly who I need to help me destroy my life's work.
I'm sorry, what?
I dedicated my brilliance
my buddy John said there was an audio stuttering issue. I didn't really experience that, but other people experience it and they're aware of it and they are going to patch it out, guys. So those who are listening in, there you have it.
I'll give you all the information I have, but can you destroy my
Let's go ahead and skip this just for right
all right.
now.
I'll rally the com.
Because she wants me to do whatever.
Bagley, help us out, yeah?
Well, I've got nothing coming up when I noodle Evil Lab, but fortunately we've been given the name of a high-level Albion employee who should have that information in their personal files.
Recruit
Here's their
by
info.
hacker. You get used to the driving. It is different than, I'd say, the GTA's Euphoria system or the Unreal system, but once you get the handle, I actually don't mind. I think the driving's pretty good. I got used to the cars and motorcycles, so the driving feels pretty good once you acclimate to it. Didn't take me very long to acclimate to it. If you recruit, for example, a Buckingham Palace guard, which you can walk around Buckingham Palace. If you recruit a security guard for Albion, who's like the main enemies or whatever in the game, you can walk around their stuff freely. You recruit a police officer, you can walk around the police stations without too much. So it's kind of neat how your NPCs do dictate that. So, but wait a minute. I thought I did that one. Let's see here. Yeah, I was supposed to get her. I'm going to go back to her because that's what I need to do.
What's her story, Bagley?
She's an activist who's been trying to gather intel on Albion personnel movements through the city. Looks like she wants to stay one step ahead of the goons.
Do
Smart.
that break, which is neat.
Let's help her out. We need folks like her on our side.
Understood. The easiest way to obtain the data would be to steal an Albion heavy assault
They're
vehicle
questioning
and dissect
because
its onboard
they're trying to
sat-nav.
figure out what's
That would give us a
happening in my
clear
car.
picture of
I'm having-
Albion's recent movements.
I'll have a go at it.
Let's see. Yeah, the motorcycles control really well. I do enjoy that. So let me go steal an Albion armored vehicle. So I got to find an armored vehicle. But the recruitment system is great because if you just, for example, like I said, if you just don't want to recruit this person, you can click on them, abandon the recruitment, and it gets rid of the mission. If you just, so you do get to pick and choose how many people you want on your team. You get to figure out who you would like, who you would dislike. And I kind of like that. I like the fact that they give you that option.
Drive is not available.
And you get tech points that you can find. Tech points are your tech tree that gives you your various abilities, and you upgrade those like three times, whatever. Once you unlock it the first time, you unlock it twice more. And like my buddy John here says of the gaming of the Unpaid Gamers, there is minimum microtransactions too, which is kind of unusual for an Ubisoft game, but it's kind of neat though. They do have some neat suits and outfits and some special operatives. I'm happy, like I said, to report that I love the fact that in the season pass we are going to be able to Aiden Pierce is going to show up, Marcus from the second game is going to show up, so either they'll be playable or they'll be part of a story mission. Aiden showed up in the second game. I thought that was really neat, and we're going to go ahead and track that one and see what we can do here. Somewhere, that's a parcel delivery service, you can do that. Somewhere around here is one of those little things to get, and I couldn't get it earlier. I've tried to use a spider bot to get to it, but I haven't been able to figure out how high up to go or whatever. But it's great. Like the Watch Dogs Legion, like I said, the only thing that I can complain about it is there's some features or some little things you could hack into and do from the first two games that are not in this one. I do miss the fact that there's really no street lights except here, but you can't really control them. Like in the first game, I love being able to green light stuff and cause traffic accidents or being chased. But they do have like the risers, like in the first game. The second game has that too, so you can block off streets. They just changed some of the different hacking stuff, so which is great. They do have the profiler in here. The first game had like song sneak and let you take music off of their phones and just little things here and there that I kind of miss from the first game. The second game had like a skill where you could like plant evidence and get the cops to arrest somebody, and there were some neat little things here. So, and I like that aspect, and I kind of miss, like I said, just a couple of the different things. They still have these red areas like in the other two games had, which were, you know, restricted areas, and you can get rewards and things. So let me go in here. Maybe I can stealth around here for a minute. Beat her up real quick. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, she got it. Oh, now I got them all on me. Stomp her face in. Down you go. Yeah, I'm trying to be stealthy, but I have a tendency to kind of just go in guns a-blazing, or like punch a-blazing, so to speak. But with the cloaking device, it does make it a little easier, and the upgrade will let you like upgrade it further and it'll last longer and things like that. So somewhere is one of those little tech pieces. It's kind of disgusting, like why there's blood all over the place. I guess it's where they torture people or whatever the hell they do. It says human organs, so no, they're harvesting organs. That's great. Wait a minute, you can get money this way here. Get in the safe. Yeah, there's a lot of like weird things because like the game has some tongue-in-cheek kind of moments, but then you got stuff like this where it's clearly like they're harvesting organs, and there's some like pretty serious subject matter there. So what I'll have to do, since there's a spider bot here, I kind of figured I'm going to take it over, and then you get to hijack the spider bot. And these are often used for like little platforming sections. I'm sure because that vent's open, I'm going to find the tech points inside here possibly. And I've come across that a couple times where you had to like look for the tech points and try to find them. And there we go. And these are how you get your tech points. Sometimes they're hidden like that in little spider bot puzzles. Let's get on out of here because I'm done here now, and got that. So, and it's excellent. Like I said, it's an awesome open world game, and as you play it, it feels like it gets deeper and deeper as you play it. Like it's it seems like from a surface point of view. In the district of Unlocked, you'll run across these green dot guys. These are your more specialty type recruits. So he's got a paintball gun, a paint bomb, disorient. So I'm going to put him in my group to recruit later. And the green dot ones are all the specialties. There's like beekeepers that can like summon swarms of bees. There's all kinds of weird different little recruits. I've seen different people online. I haven't even ran across, I guess it's later in the game, more interesting and unique recruits show up. So it's really, really good. And John says, have you tried to follow the story of anyone injured? If someone gets run over to him but shows what hospital they're going to. I haven't done that, but I know they're on a routine. I've seen people say that they're at the hospital, and you can, like everybody has that routine. I think that's so interesting that the world feels very much alive because the way the NPCs are structured, and that's unique for a game. I mean, there are very few games, and I love that interactive that you can with the environments. One of the things I loved about Red Dead 2, like I absolutely love GTA 5 and have always loved the series, but like you don't have that kind of level of stuff, and I hope the next GTA does that. One of the things I liked about Red Dead 2 was Red Dead had that I can say howdy, I can like insult them, and the world NPCs felt a little bit more alive, and they had some routines, and that was nice. And Legion takes it to a whole nother level, and it's just excellent. Watch Dogs Legion's great. It's awesome. Like I love it. Like I said, other than the super minor complaints of some of the things you could do in the first two games, it's not really that big of a complaint. It's just more of a like, oh, I wish that was in there, but it's excellent. I totally recommend it for the price point. It's a new title, so it's $60. So you got your different clothing options, and there are so many clothing options in this game. By the way, it's absolutely ridiculous the amount of stuff you can buy and clothing. I mean, you could spend a small fortune just trying to obtain all the different clothes, and you can do variations on your wardrobe, and again, you can just have a lot of fun with the game. Yeah, it's excellent. Like it's absolutely. I think I was back where I started there. It's awesome. Like it's totally worth the money. I think for a $60 game, there's a lot of content here. What are you doing there? And operative switching again is easy. I wish it was a little faster. It's a little bit of loading, but once you switch to somebody the first time, your one character will talk to them and say, hey, you should, hey, oh, I'm glad, whatever, and then you switch. And then once you do it at least once, it kind of stops. But like my hitman here, if I swap to him, this John Wick looking guy with a goatee, because he clearly has that haircut, and I found him kind of by accident, and so now I've got my John Wick dude here, and I can outfit him if I don't want to have like a non-lethal weapon. I can edit that and give him one of my non-lethals, like this shotgun that's non-lethal, or this pistol if I just don't want to like kill people. He's got the Desert Eagle. He's got this black suit. He's got boom, like martial arts, and you know, which is cool. And it's just neat. Like I like the fact that you can switch these operatives at any time. He's got this combat role, which again, like my other characters don't, and I think that's neat. When you go into his let's see here. No, he doesn't have a car. He actually will do the dance. So, and everybody has like a different, like the unique, like different dances. It's really cool. But I do like the team switching. The magician's great. Her car like cloaks, and the spy, which is great. And it's just neat to have like the different variations. And it's really cool because you think everyone's going to have different people on their team. And like John said, his team's different than mine, and that gives you that unique experience. Instead of, now people have complained and have said, well, you know, you're not playing a protagonist like Aiden or Marcus, so there's no, and if you switch characters and you do a story cutscene, it's like nobody recognizes the fact that you switched, and it's like, you know, that would have been a lot of programming and a lot of stuff on there, and I don't consider it a complaint. This was my first recruit, and I consider her like my main character. Is who I played through most of the game. And if I'm in a mission, let's say, oh, go infiltrate this construction yard, I switch to my operatives that I needed. And some of the missions make you switch, so that's kind of neat. If I want to go, hey, I know I've done a mission where someone had to be killed, so I was like, okay, well, I'll use my hitman, and that's basically, it's so you can tailor your team based on different mission structures. And again, London is an excellent backdrop, and I'm glad that we're in London. There are pubs, you can play darts, you can drink. There isn't a ton of side stuff to do, like in that regards. This is not like, you know, there's no tennis or golf, there's no anything along that lines. You know, there's no arcades. It's not like playing Yakuza, which is very dense. Now this guy here is attacking this person, but see how the other people are fighting him? It's because I've took over the district, and so these people who are on my side, the district's like, screw you, and so they'll attack and help you out. It's really great, which I love that. I think that's great. That's somebody that's relative to somebody that, yeah, saved from assault by Ion Johnson. So I saved her. So you see her thumbs are up, so she likes DedSec. So that level of how everything, the NPCs really are affected by you and vice versa is great. And I've never seen anything like that. So kudos to Ubisoft on this one. And, you know, I've always said, for me, you know, Ubisoft is, you know, they always have these really interesting concepts, but in many ways, their games don't really get great, or at least really good, until a year or 2 years later. They really thought about this game, and this is one of their games that, you know, Watch Dogs, after it was kind of the first one criminally underplayed and pretty much undersold, and the second one, I never thought they'd make another one, and they have made another one, and they have really crushed it, and I love it. So it's totally worth the $60. You totally need anybody that is a fan of open world games, that wants a good, solid alternative to your Grand Theft Auto. There's my operative, actually. She just happened to be there, which is really neat. And she just got out of the building, said she went to the therapist. So again, they have those routines. That's so neat. You run into your own people, and I love that. And in the map, you do have to take over basically various districts, which is similar to like Assassin's Creed Syndicate in that particular way, which is one of my favorite ACs. But yeah, it's awesome. And here, I'm going to take care of this guy here.
Get the fuck away from me!
Distract him, take him down, so he leaves that guy alone. And down you go. So, I'm going to jump on this motorcycle. Get rid of this. I'm out. See you later.
Received. Watching for suspect.
Now, I don't know, you can still have some fun doing silly things like, let me just jump off in the air. You know, let it go. But it's excellent, and I'm actually, like I said, I'm surprised that Ubisoft, this was really well thought out and very interesting. And again, I've spent a lot of time in the game world. This is like a little Chinatown. I've been down this way before. There's another, this is clothing store here. It's one of the ones that are not on the normal strip. So you can find some, again, interesting like clothing options depending on its, just search. You see here you can toggle that. You had different variations on how you can wear the clothing. I think that's great. Again, nice thought out. That's a nice little leather jacket. And again, just excellent, like clothing options. And you can dress up all your team how you kind of want them to dress up. So this guy's a former hit. I'm going to rescue her. Operative of Margaret Awusu. So rescue her. That will lead into other things, even though she doesn't like us. But I freed her, and she's also an amateur hitman. My other guy's just a regular hitman, and there are levels to your guys. You have your bare knuckle fight club. That's a side thing you can do. That's a lot of fun. You play through the sides and do that. That's great. I think this is mainly a shoe store, which it is, and it's just great. Like I just love it. I love the fight clubs. They're fun. You can earn money doing that. I like the fact that the world is highly interactable, or if that's even a word, but interactive, and you can just the NPCs and the way the game works. Yes, it's not like, I wouldn't say it's the best of the bunch, but it's a great alternative. I would put GTA 5 on the list. I would put Sleeping Dogs on the list. The Definitive Edition is excellent. I would put Watch Dogs Legion or Watch Dogs 2 or the first one on that list for open world, for what you can and cannot do. And I would love any of the Yakuzas. If you haven't played any of the Yakuzas, you come on, you got to play those. They're amazing. So they're excellent. So yes, Watch Dogs Legion is just great, and I recommend it for the $60 price tag. There's a lot of content here, a lot of content coming. So it's just enjoyable. It's a good-looking game. The world is fully realized. London is great. Everyone has the accents. The cars, there's a lot of different cars in the game that you can play and control. The mission structure is kind of dynamic. Like, I've done several missions and they were all a little bit different, and I really like that. And oh yeah, Just Cause, another series, absolutely. Just Cause is more about blowing shit up and creating chaos, but that's another one to throw on that list. Just Cause 4 in particular was excellent. For what Just Cause does. So definitely worth your time on the open world kind of market there, and I love it. And I just wanted to talk to you all tonight about this game and kind of sing its praise a little bit, because it's deserving of that. It's deserving of the praise, because I am really much more impressed with it than I ever thought I would be. Well, folks, this has been an episode, game talk of the Watch Dogs Legions. I had had a lot of high points to talk about with this game, and I'm really impressed by it. And I had a couple minor complaints, but nothing's perfect anyway. And my buddy John, Posthuman Guy on Unpaid Gamers, did some leisure play of this game. I just wanted to talk a little bit about it and kind of share with you all what it's all about. I'm sure our buddy Ban Loss is still shooting him up in Apex Legends. He is the man and the myth in the Apex Legend. You can check out his PC stream there. And definitely tune in to the next episode of the Gaming Roundtable. I will be doing a state of play on the next episode, but you'll have to figure out that because it's going to be one of the mini games that I own that has had some recent developments, and I want to talk a little bit about that. You can check out my state of play on Generation Zero, another excellent game. You can check out State of Play. I've done some on the Marvelous Avengers, and there's some stuff going on that in the pipeline. And I'll be talking about Anthem. Actually, we'll be doing some Anthem, because it's been a long time since we've heard anything out of that. I'm going to jump in and let's see what the hell's been going on with that game. Has anything changed at all in all this time? Probably not, but we'll check it out. And I thank you all in advance for tuning in to the People's Machine Gaming Round Table, brought to you by Unpaid Gamers. Check out Posthuman Guy. Thank you. And as always, gamers, good gaming.